Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here, back with another episode of my Windies Career Mode. Now, if you didn't see the last episode, make sure you go and check that out. I'll leave a little, I think it's called a note in the top right-hand corner of the video, so go and check that out. Spoiler though, we did not get the victory in that one. We're currently down 2-1 in the best of 5 series. So essentially, we need a win today if we are going to have a chance of winning this series. So last time around we did bat first, got nowhere near enough runs on the board, it must be said, only 160 odd, which is nowhere near enough against this class Indian side. And hoping today that the Seamers can go and get the job done. A little bit disappointed with Narayan so far. He has been, I guess, less than impressive just with his bowling. Hasn't really done much with the bat either. But at the stage we're at the moment, we don't really have a whole lot of depth in this West Indies side, so we have had to stick with a unchanged lineup from that last game, which I didn't really want to do, but I think, you know, the talent is there and the potential is there. We just need to keep at it and keep building. You know, we are still, I'm trying to remember, I think I must be past the World Cup in this save. No, maybe I'm not past the World Cup. I don't know. I can't even remember. It's been a long time since I have been on this. So it will be interesting to see what does happen. But Andre Russell in now, good partnership has been built here by the Indians, closing in on 50, which is not what we want. We're going to bring in Narayan. We were just saying that he was, actually, you know what, for Narayan, I think we need to keep a slip. Oh, bugger, that's a shame. I was going to say, I think we need to keep a slip in. Just because, you know, you need to be attacking with him, and you need to try and conduce that edge, because he is obviously that mystery spinner and can turn the ball both ways. There we go, Russell getting the breakthrough, and Kohli, who has not had the best of series to date so far, obviously picking up a duck and not many. Hopefully we can have his number, because he is such, you know, he's such a key player in this Indian lineup. He is the absolute backbone of the side. So to get rid of him cheaply would be an absolute steal if we could do it again. You know, we've done it. I think we've done it twice in the series so far. So I'm not really counting my chickens too much, because, you know, a class player like him doesn't miss out very often, and doesn't miss out in, I guess, you know, too often, especially in a row. You know, the good players, and that's the difference, I guess, between the good players and the great players, is that the great players can bounce back. You know, when they're out of form, when they're having a tough time, they can manage to get themselves back up and get themselves back into form. So that's what India will be hoping Kohli can do here. We'll be hoping that it'll be the opposite, and we can manage to go and pick ourselves up a wicket. So Narayan again, wicketless. We're going to bring in Roston Chase to see if the part-timer can tweak through any doors and tweak us a wicket, but it doesn't seem to be the case, and they're just going along, Darmon quite slow for him, 40 off of 70, but Kohli going at just under a run a ball, which is what they need at this stage. They do have such power, you know, later down the order. Obviously Yadav can bat as well. Kumar, I think, has batted at 8 in tests for India, so no mug with the bat at all. And Bumrah, well, he is your typical number 11, so they're not going to be relying too much on him, you'd have to say, and we need to be relying a little bit less on poor pieces of fielding like that shoot away to the boundary. There we go, there's a pick up, and I think that is going to actually be 50 for Darwin. We won't wait to see him raise the bat, but I imagine that would be the only reason that they would show a replay like that he has gone and reached 50. So Bishu has been expensive, Roach was expensive, and it's not looking too good, not looking too flash here for the West Indies. It's looking as though it is going to be a big total that we're going to be chasing, which is not what we want to see. Good partnership between these two, though, it must be said. Closing in on that 100-run partnership, and we're going to look to try and break the deadlock, you'd have to think, before there, because otherwise, remember, if we do lose this game, we lose the series. So the series is on the line here, folks, and it's not looking too flash for us, it must be said. We just need a little bit of X factor. We need something. We need a breakthrough. I'm going to continue on with Jason Holder here, the captain, just to try, as I said, get that breakthrough. But he is now bowled out. Not a bad day at the office, to be fair. None for 31 off 10. but obviously not picking up any wickets, which has been the concern here today. It has just been the wickets. Well, it's been the partnership, to be fair. You know, the first partnership between Darwin and Sharma was good as well. This one here is just continuing. It's above 100 now. And it does mean that really heading into those last 10 overs, the Indians really can explode, because they do have a very, very powerful top 7, which we discussed in the last episode as well. So really do need to break through, need some quick wickets, otherwise we're going to be staring down the barrel at quite a large total, it must be said. Russell bowling out now as well, just to try and get something. You know, I kept it through, and there we go, we get it. Oh no, it was a play and a miss. I swear he edged it. I swear he edged it. Anyway, Bishu to continue. We'll bring him in, the leg spinner. Not ideal at the back end of an innings, but hopefully he will be able to be that X factor and provide that breakthrough. And that, I guess, is just, oh, there we go. It's a no ball. It's a no ball and it's a free hit. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Oh, and there's a cheeky little edge which goes away, but Kemar Roach, we're going to bring him back. So Bishu not bad actually. You know, he was close to obviously getting that decision. Did have a free hit, so I think that might be 50 for Kohli. Oh, no ball, which has gone to the boundary. So that's worth 5. Oh, and a no ball. That was edged behind too. 50 for Kohli, 100 for Sharma. And India 204 for 1. Just absolutely pillaging us. We finally get the breakthrough, LBW, Bishu, but the damage has already been done. Manish Pandey in now. And he does get a leading edge, but as I said, that damage has already been done. The partnership was already there, and now Pandey, Iyer, Jadeja, Dhoni, Patel, if required, can just come in and basically have a free license, it must be said, at this stage of the game. But they're looking to just continue on and continue to score runs for fun. There we go, we do get another breakthrough. So Bishu getting a second. Has been expensive, but has picked up 2 of our 3 wickets to date so far. Oh, actually, make that 3 out of 4, and he's on a hat-trick when he comes back for the first ball of his next over. So a little mini fight back, you'd say here, from the Windies, and it is just a 1. But yeah, 3 for 39 he's had so far, so a decent comeback and a decent fight back, because it was looking as though it was going to be a very big total that was going to be put on us. But as I said, the fight back from especially Roach and Bishu has been very impressive, but it is still going to be a 250 plus score unless something absolutely crazy happens here. Jadeja 17 off of 9. Bishu to continue. He's been good at the death for us, it must be said, with obviously those 3 wickets, and he has created a lot of chances. There's been a lot of plays and misses, but then there has been a lot of those as well, boundaries that have gone, and too many of these as well, too many no balls, too many free hits for the opposition batsman. We do get away with that one there, but it is still beyond the point. There we go, to Jadeja gone for a quick fire at 17. Does now bring Dhoni into the crease, and he just pumps that one down the ground. Very first ball. Bishu is done. He finishes with 4 for. Oh, and that's a dropped catch. Tough chance for Hetmeyer, it must be said, but a dropped catch nonetheless. So Kohli finishing 87 not out, Dhoni 5, just the 2 deliveries that he did face. And 263 is going to be a big total, you would have to think, for us to get, and we're going to go all out with Chris Gale early. We are going to go all out and try. That is the I guess the formula that we have gone with this West Indies side, but between Lewis and Gale, just to go absolutely hell and leather inside the first 10 overs with those fielding restrictions, and it does make it, I guess, a little bit easier for, I don't want to say that inexperienced middle order, because, you know, quite a few of them, well, to be fair, it is actually quite an experience when you look at these 3, 4 and 5. Ross and Chase have been around a while, and Russell obviously a big game player, but 3, 4 and 5 are quite inexperienced. So to try and, I guess, take the pressure off of them, we try and get off to a couple of absolute flyers, which allows us to bring that run rate down and does allow 3, 4 and 5 to have a little bit more time when they do first come to the crease to get themselves used to the conditions. So and it seemed to work pretty well for us so far. Dhoni's still diving around at the 10-year-old age. I don't know how old he will be in this game. If Gale's 39, he must be close to 36, 37, maybe 35. I'm not 100% sure, but still diving around, putting a lot of stress on that body of his. But we're just going to keep going here. We're just going to stay on the attack. And as I said, it's a formula that has worked well for us in this one-day series so far. We saw it in Game 2, and it's where we put on, obviously, that very big score, where we had a good partnership between these two starting off. So hopefully we can continue that here today, and hopefully I haven't gone and put the mockers on it like I do most of the time when I start talking about players or partnerships or something like that. So I'm just going to be quiet now and not talk about that. We're just going to talk about what is in front of us, which is Jadeja bowling to Evan Lewis, and he's picked that one up over the mid-wicket boundary for 6. So both players on 41, striking at over 100, which is very handy and a nice wee... I don't remember seeing Gale playing too many little delicate dabs down to third man in his career, and that one there I think has just clipped the off bail. So Gale gone for 46 off of 34. But that's what I'm talking about. It gets us off to a flyer. It means that Hetmeyer coming in, who is an aggressive player in his own right, but it does give him a little bit of time, I guess, to get settled and try and play a long innings, because he is young, and he is going to have the odd rush of blood to the head. So hopefully he can stick in for the long haul in this game. And hopefully even Lewis can as well. He has gone and passed 50. I did miss that. Apologies. But 56 off of 45 he is now. And I think have India gone with... I think India have gone with the same lineup as well. I think they've gone with the 3 spinners again, which I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would do that, to be fair, on a pitch like this, especially with the overcast conditions. It has been cloudy for most of the day. And Hetmeyer, what are you doing? I don't understand how when you have your aggression that high, that players are basically just dotting up. It shouldn't happen, and hopefully it doesn't happen in Cricket Captain 2020, which isn't actually too far away from what I understand. I think they were looking potentially at the start of June for a release. He has, in saying that, Hetmeyer has come back and risen that strike rate, which is what we like to see in Lewis with a big heave-ho. I guess over square leg you would call that for 6. I think possibly the first maximum, no sorry, the third maximum actually. His second, Gale did have one as well, so the third maximum in the West Indies innings, which is what we like to see. Hetmeyer 25 off of 40 and Evan Lewis 77 off of 71. So going along nicely. Required run rate 4.5, so don't really need to do anything silly here. Just need to, pick the bad ball, put it away to the boundaries, and work the singles. Work the 1s and 2s around. I think that's going to be out LBW though. Yes, it is. Didn't even wait for the umpire's decision. And Ambrose in now. He was... we did talk about him in the last game. He did have an average ODI average of above 50. He has only played a handful of games. And I think made 9. That's close to a chance. Did make 9, I think. 9 off 18. In that third one-day international. So we'll be looking for more from him here in that number 4 position. As I did say, that 3, 4 and 5 is... It's a bit of, not a contentious spots for us, but I guess inexperienced spots, especially with Shai Hope not playing as well. We've rested him just because he's not in great form, and he has played quite a lot of cricket he has played, quite a lot of cricket lately, so looking to try and get him back into some form. Speaking of getting back into form, boom, Evan Lewis picks up 100 for the 26-year-old. One-day international 100, number 3. And I didn't know that he actually had 2 2020 hundreds for the West Indies. I don't know if that has been in my game since I've taken over. I definitely know that he's had 1. It doesn't matter now, though, because he's gone. And the return of the quicks once again doing the job. Jesus Christ, Boomer has gone for 84. he did, to be fair, he did get quite a bit of tap in that opening partnership from Gale and Evan Lewis. So hopefully we don't see a big decline now that we have lost Lewis and we do have two relatively young and new players into the crease. Powell gone again for a 12 ball duck, so he's not had the best of series, and you'd have to think that he won't be involved in game number 5. Required run rate still 4.5. We do still have Russell, Holder and Ryan to come, so they're probably the big hitters, so we want to try and get close, and then they can come in and look to try and accelerate where required. We're heading into the last 10 overs, and there's 45 required, so 6 wickets left in the bank. You'd have to think that this is our game to lose. I'm going to go all aggression bar 1. So I don't know how many bars that is, but it's just to try and, I guess, take a little bit of pressure off, because if you just continue to let that run rate build, which is what happens here, like, see, this is what I don't understand. You're on basically full aggression and you've played out 4 dot balls inside the last 10 overs of a one-day international, and there's another one. Ambrose. Really? Is that the players? Is that me? Is that the game? We don't know, but there we go. He's gone. Brings in Dre Russ. Ooh, this is going to go down to the wire. Remember, we do need to win this game to keep the series alive. It would draw it at 2-all. And that's what we need. Back-to-back boundaries from Russell. We need more from him. But it can't just be him. We need Ambrose to get in on the act as well. 23 off of 42. So he's been in. He's got himself set. He needs to start to launch soon. As I said, we can't just leave it all to Russell, but that's what it's looking like he is doing. 14 required, 4 overs left to go. Once again, it's going to be 4 overs of spin, which I think Ambrose, he does like the spin. I think he has spin preference. And there we go, that's what we needed. It's a 6 as well, so that is beautiful. 7 off of 3 overs, and you'd have to think that this now is the West Indies game to lose. Ambrose plays that one away, gets himself a 4, then gets off strike with a single, and Russell is going to be out judged LBW. I think that one there probably could have been missing leg, but with just the 2 runs required, you'd have to think that Captain Jason Holder can do it. He's done it with a sweep first ball, 4 off of 1 for him, and the West Indies win by 4 wickets, take this series to a deciding Game 5. Just like that. Game 5, Friday. It's going to be a big one. Make sure that you do not miss it. Do hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, remember to give it a like, smash that thumbs up button, leave me some comments down below. I always enjoy reading those. If you are new, please do subscribe. And as I said, Friday, we have Game 5 on this series. It's tied at 2 games apiece. It's anyone's for the taking. If we could get a win here, it would be huge for the West Indies, especially now that I see we are only in 2018 and we are building up to a World Cup next year. So Friday, same place, same time. Make sure you don't miss it.